Hello gang, it's Swamp Fox and I am here on World of Tanks. If you will look here, I want to show you a few things, just some basics, not some anything that's not too hard, not too difficult. There's some people that know tons about this game, a lot more than I do, but I will show you what I do know and what I have been learning. This right here is my little T1 Cunningham. It's just a tier 1. This is where you start off when you get into the world of tanks. So if you haven't started off, they give you several tanks. I can't remember if this is one of them or not. This is one of my favorites, so I kept it. And if you look, it is just a simple tank. And we're going to hit the, let's look at the X button, and we'll hit packages. Each tank, until you get, well, up till at least the tier 10s and some of the little special ones that they give out. Each tank usually has some kind of package that you can upgrade your vehicle with. Some do, some don't. This one has several. So what you do is, after you've run your tank, they give you so much money. And if you look up in the top right hand corner there, you see 884,545 silver pieces. I could use those to purchase these upgrades and add them to my tank. But as you notice down here in the bottom left, when I highlight these different upgrades, the little down arrows, it turns red and it's showing you that it is a downgrade. So right here, from here to here would be an upgrade. So just a basic tank, here would be an upgrade. This is what you want to do. You want to go from basic to upgrade, and it takes both money plus, if you look at the top right hand corner again to see the star, there's 33,275. That's experience points. So first you have to unlock a tank with experience points, or unlock an upgrade or a tank with experience points before you can purchase it. And you have to buy the tank before you can buy this part. And this part only goes with this tank. So when you purchase this, it will be put on this tank. So it would have been, you would be going from a 37mm gun to a 37mm semi-automatic gun, which I think a lot of people use in this game. And it's just, to me, I'm facing get on my soapbox. Swamp Fox's soapbox. This game is this gun is highly inaccurate, yet it seems to do tons of damage. Okay, get off my soapbox. I'd rather teach you this. But anyway, you want to come up here. Look here. Here's where I'm at now. This is the package I chose. I'm using this. Excuse me. No, this is the package. You see the check mark? That's the one I chose. And if you look up here, there's not much difference between these two. I like this gun a little bit better. And if you look on the right, underneath T1 Cunningham, 64,960 experience points just on this tank, that because I use it so much, just for fun. If I go up and you look at underneath the little plus sign there, that means health. That's how fast you can recover health. Underneath there is looks like a sword, and the sword is your weapon. It tells you about your weapon. As you notice, this weapon's a little bit stronger than this one. And so I like using this one a little bit better. It's a little bit more accurate. And I like that one. So when you're getting your tanks, make sure you're getting your upgrades, because you can't, until you get your upgrades, you can't go to the next level. Now here's the thing, from here to here, that upgrade, if you notice, you have an arrow up to the top and to the bottom. Those arrows mean that you can go straight to this one, unlock this one, or straight to this one and unlock that tank and get into tier 2. To get to this tank, you have to go through the upgrade, or at least one upgrade, or one more upgrade. And to get to this one, well, look, take it back. You can get to these two with the first upgrade in that one. This one here, you have to go up through one more upgrade. So, with that said, going the wrong way. I want to show you one other thing about this. Go back to upgrades. You have crew. Now here's my crew. As you notice, you have skills and perks. Nigel is my driver, so I'm going to select Nigel real quick, and I'm going to show you skills and perks. and right now he's undergoing repairs training. So as soon as I play enough games, I get enough crew experience points, and you'll see sometimes it'll show up after the end of the game. It says crew experience points. That's what they're talking about right there. They're adding crew experience points, and in order to get these extra skills such as firefighting, camouflage, brothers in arms, all these little special skills here, you have to first upgrade your tank commander's abilities to actually get to here. And so you notice under skills and perks, underneath Nigel Ruffer's name there on the right, there is a little diamond, which means he needs to master the light tank. The diamond stands for the light tank. He has to master this tank before he can add any of these perks and skills. So if you've ever tried to get perks and skills and you can't, you need to check and see if your tank commander has mastered this tank. If he has, then you will be able to upgrade. Now, my dog is getting in my way. Get out of the way, dog. No, you can't get in my lap. Alright. She's too big. She weighs about... No, I'm not telling people that you're fat. No, don't look at me that way. You are heavy, though. She's a big dog. She's too big to be in my lap. But you notice if once you get your tank commander as an expert inside your skills and under skills and perks, then you can start getting some of these skills and perks, and you go through some of them one at a time. Now, if you've got a bunch of experience points with one of your tank commanders, sometimes you can get several of these before all of a sudden you'll see it. If you look under my again skills and perks, you see he's mastered the light tank, and he's working on the repairs currently. And those little boxes there, that's how many skills and perks that particular tank commander can get. He's currently working all that. Since he's working on that now, I can't do anything else until he's mastered that. Let's look at some others. Let's look at this guy. All right, here we go. This is Griswold. Select him, and as you notice on the skills and perks, he's... Oh, look, I can get a new one, looks like. No, he's still training. Still training under Deadeye. He's almost there. Deadeye says it increases the chance to cause critical damage to enemy vehicle modules and crew. Effective only with AP, APCR, and heat shells. Those are different shells that you can use. Doesn't mean it's not effective, but it is more effective when you have those rounds loaded in your tank. But it's also something to help that you can use to increase your critical damage to enemies. So once I get that, it'll show up in that little box and show that I have this perk, and then I can get something else. So you see, he has several already that I've worked on with him over time, and he has a lot of abilities. This guy is still working on his abilities. He's actually one of the new guys because this is one of my newer tank. This is one of my older tanks, but I put this guy in this tank. He used to be in this tank. Okay, so he's here now, and you notice I've been working on him for a while, and he has numerous little skills and perks. It depends on what you need. Depending on what you need and what type of tank you have, will depend on what kind of perks you might want to get. For example, let's go under Patrick. For example, here we're going to. Right now I'm getting jacket all traits. Enables commander to master every qualification and replace knocked out crew members. So if you get one of your crew members have been knocked out and you don't have any first aid kits, then you won't be able to get those back. The commander takes over that, and he's able to get that and do those things. As a mentor, he provides additional crew experience to the crew, so you gain a little crew experience a little faster with that one. Repairs means to accelerate your ability to repair things, and of course combined with the toolbox or a large repair kit, it goes a little bit faster. With this particular tank that he drives, the T30, there are different things that I may not need as much as some of the other things. For example, let's go here. I've got several of the ones I really actually need, so it's kind of hard to look through them. Let's see, browse skills. Here we go. Right now I have firefighting. I needed firefighting because it just makes it enhances your firefighting ability. As you notice, most of you probably been hit and fire just goes crazy. This just kind of helps put the fire out a little bit quicker, and you don't die as fast. Doesn't mean you can't die, it just means that you don't die as fast. Eagle Eye allows me to identify critical modules, recon, maximum view range, a green thumb, which is now my tank camouflage is a little bit better, which is something you kind of want with your sniper type tanks, such as your tank destroyer. You want it to be able to hide back in the background and be able to use it. It's not, this tank, I know it has a lot of armor on it, and a lot of people think tank destroyers are supposed to move forward. No, tank destroyers aren't really supposed to move forward. They're supposed to sit back and support other tanks. They're support tanks. And for those that think that they're not, then they really don't understand the actual game, and nor do they understand the actual use of such tanks. You want this to be a support tank, so green thumb is good. It helps camouflage, it stays hidden a little bit longer and a little bit better than some of the tanks. Swimming lessons, I just got that one just because it was fun. Pain tolerance reduces chance of critical damage to crew members, which is important because sometimes when they get hit, some of the things kind of slow down in repairs and things like that, and you don't want that. Situational awareness, you definitely want something like this because it allows you to increase your view range and allows you to do a little bit more. When you add additional things to your tank, such as your coated optics and binocular telescope, it even increases that view range a little bit more. Signal boosting allows you to be able to talk to people, continue using some of the little in-game chat things. Call for vengeance means that when your tank's destroyed, the enemy will stay lit up for a little bit longer. It says another 2 seconds, so that's actually can be really good. Relaying, let's see, for the maintenance, one I was going to show you. Clutch braking, smooth ride. These are just for driver, off-road driving. It's just several things in here that you may or may not need. Where is? Oh well, those are just some things you won't. I thought there was. Where's it at? Driver. Nope. Where's the? Here we go. Nope, that's not it either. It might not be on this guy. But anyway, there's just certain things you might want to use on your tanks, and there I go, hitting the wrong button again. That you want to do. Now, actually, no, I do want to be here. Once you've done that, once you begin to learn upgrades, you can look at the different paths you want to go to. So here we look under tanks, and we start with a T1, and you can figure out which tank you would like to go with to increase your ability to where you want to go. Now, if you want to go on the path to getting, stay there. There we go. If you want to go on the path to getting your artillery, you go up to the top path, usually top path, an American one, and you see there's different pieces of artillery. Some of them have really huge pieces of huge guns on them, so that you notice that their weapon has a really long line there. It means they can do some damage. My M4043 is one of is just a great damage doer. Damage doer. Is that the right word? Ding. Actually, he can create a lot of damage. Sometimes not accurate, sometimes it is. This one here, not as much, but it shoots faster. And then you get to the T92. Slow when it comes to reloading, but man, it can do some damage when it hits something, if it hits it right on it. So if you want to get that, that's where you want to go. Now, one of the things I did, instead of just starting here and just looking, I think I'll just go this path, I looked down here to see where I want it to go. I knew that one day I wanted to get an E4, so I took and started here, and I started backtracking. All right, E4, I knew I was going to need T30. I now have my T30. I knew I was going to need that, so I went back and saw the path. Now look here. To get to the T30, I could have taken two paths. I could have come up the T67, which means I could have gone with the T82. I could have gone the T40 or the M8A1. I took the T40 because the T40 has a little bit stronger gun. It's not as fast as the M8A1, but a little bit stronger gun. I wanted a stronger weapon. You come up here and the T67, which is a nice little tank, and you notice it has a star there underneath T67. I've never researched it. Same with this tank. I never researched it, so I didn't go those paths. I went the T40, the Wolverine, and then I got to the Wolverine and had another choice. I could go with the Jackson, or I could go with the Hellcat. Now, as you notice, to get to the T30, I had to basically go the Hellcat path. I couldn't go with the Jackson. Jackson is nice and it's a good tank, and they are very strong, have a great weapon. Not as fast as the Hellcat, but overall it's actually pretty decent tank. My problem was it started going to these fixed turret tank destroyers. Awesome tanks, great power. The problem I had with them is I just didn't like people being able to sneak up and get in behind me and be able to shoot me from behind and not be able to do anything, especially if I was tracked. I wanted a turret tank so I wanted a tank where the turret would spin. So this is the reason I wanted the T110 E4. As you notice down here, I have my E5. Again, look, get to this path, you want it to backtrack, and look, there's different ways I could have arrived here. I could have come up this path and come straight at M3 Lee the T1, but on my path, I decided, you know what, I wanted to get a Sherman. So eventually I got the Sherman, and I'm going to tell you, I love the Sherman Jumbo. It's one of my favorite tanks of all times. I did sell it, but it definitely became one of my... Stop licking me. No, I don't want to be your friend right now. Sorry, my dog. I wanted the Jumbo, and at one time these right here weren't here, so it made it a little bit difficult because you get here and you have a really good gun, but you didn't have as much. You didn't have as strong an armor, and then they added this one down here. I think they added this one, and all of a sudden you had the stronger armor and you had a stronger gun. Oh, I loved this tank for so long, and I just so much enjoyed it. And then you notice I could go either way. Eventually I did. I went both ways. I enjoyed both the T20 and the T29. I'll go back out of here because the T20 led up to the Pershing, and my goal at one time was to get the Pattons, and I didn't, and I kind of regret not doing it. I actually went with the T30 path instead, and then I didn't like the T30 because at that time the T30 actually had less armor than it does now. I think they've since upgraded it, so it's a much better tank now. I thoroughly enjoy it now. First time I bought it and had upgraded it, I hated it. Absolutely sold it, got an E75 and really enjoyed my E75. Sold my E75, sold my M53, 55, and what else did I sell? I sold one other Tier 9. Oh, my M103, and I bought this. Now, it's a glorified, pretty much a glorified medium. It says heavy, but it's a glorified medium. You notice there's not. It's got a little bit more armor than the Patton. The gun strength's not much different. It's, you know, there's not much difference between the two vehicles, other than armor strength. So yeah, I kind of regret a little bit. This one's a little bit faster than this one, you know, and so yeah, I don't know. I still enjoy the tank, but it's not what this one is. This is the one I really want. It's slow, but it's got a ton of armor. It has a huge gun on it. It has so much potential that's where I'm heading. But anyway, I just wanted to show you these little basics and just some small things to get you started. Like I said, I don't know. I'm not a know-it-all. I'm not going to be like some of the know-it-alls in the game who come in there and they know everything. They know tactics. And they know, you know, they act like they've been tank drivers all their life. And it's just a video game, guys. Just have fun, enjoy it. It's not something to get all excited about and lose your temper, and other things. Just enjoy the game. It's a lot of fun. It sucks sometimes just getting blown up, but you know what? I'd rather just be here enjoying other people and having a good time. And if I just have a terrible game sometimes, which I do, and I'm not afraid to show you my terrible games, sometimes that's what happens. But today was just about not me playing. It's more just to show you just a little bit of basics and when you're upgrading your tanks and what to look for, how to think about the path you want to go along once you get into the game. And you know, just think about what you really want to do with these tanks. You know, there's several things more. You got supplies that you can get in the consumables. You have repair kits. And you know, certain things it says here. It says you got to have gold here. I have some of these on reserve because I earned them with some of the operations. I'll talk about operations another time. But some of these actually cost money, so it costs you some silver pieces. It's good to put on your tank every now and then so that if you do get shot, you can keep on going. Equipment that you can add to tanks, camouflage nets and binocular telescopes. Remember when we looked at the different skill sets and says it went better with such and such? These are the such and suches. Improved ventilation, spall liner, which is armor, aiming speed, turret speed, and all kinds of different types of speeds and different things that allow you to, it's not a ton more, but it does make a difference sometimes when 10%, when you 1 second reloading can actually make a difference in a game. If you want to customize, that's something different. That costs you a bunch of gold. You can convert your XP and you can sell your tanks, and so there's a lot of things you can do with the tank. Play around with it. Find the things that work for you. There's a lot of great websites online that you can look up and find out what are the best things to equip these with, best consumables and stuff like that, and just have fun, enjoy it. Well, I hope you got something out of this tutorial. Wasn't much here, but I will be putting more videos up here of me playing, losing, or winning, or whatever. And I hope you enjoy this day, and I will see you all later. This is Swamp Fox, and I